Disney Week on DWTS is here. I've been listening to the 6-hour Disney Hits Spotify playlist. My cup is filled with a non-specific energy drink. And I've got my Disney merch on and I'm ready to talk some trash. Let's do it big. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I am a huge Disney fanatic. And also really in love with Dancing with the Stars. So naturally, Disney Week is my favorite theme night on the show. Not going to lie though, Disney Night has kind of been on a downward trajectory lately. The last couple seasons weren't as show-stopping as the earlier seasons. I think season 27, maybe season 28 on a good day, were the last times we got anything remotely memorable from Disney Night. But this season, season 31, has been proving to be really great and feeling really fresh and like an old OG season of Dancing with the Stars. And don't gather me when I say this, but this Disney night may be in the top 5 Disney nights of all time. I'm going to break it down, don't worry. As per usual, I am going to be talking about each of the couple's performances, giving them my own personal score on a scale from 1 to 10, giving my thoughts on this week's elimination, and who I thought had the best and worst dance or dances of the night. But before we get into all that, hi, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Samuel Boucher because it's French. And for those of you that do know me, you're very much welcome. If you're new to this channel or you just haven't done it yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you stay up to date with all my latest videos. All the works, bruh. Let's start with the opening number. This week, the opening dance was absolutely show-stopping and the best choreographed number in Dancing with the Stars history. Said no one ever. They had the troupe do a little 1-minute number to Columbia Me Encanto from the Encanto movie soundtrack. Not even like a song from the movie. And then they just went straight into introducing the host, and I guess that's fine. But when you think of the opening of Disney Night, you expect the pros doing mega performances in Disney World. You expect to see the stars in their costumes dancing beside animated Disney characters. In this opening, if it wasn't for Mickey and Minnie, you wouldn't be able to tell it was Disney Night, you know what I mean? At least have the troupe wear Encanto-inspired outfits. This was definitely a letdown, especially considering the season had some great opening numbers thus far. This week they really needed to do it big and they missed the mark for me. Alright, moving on to the performances, each couple had to dance to a song from a movie or a TV show on Disney Plus, and they renamed it Disney Plus Night because this year Dancing with the Stars is on Disney. Yeah, you get it. Even if you didn't know what night it was, Alfonso and Tyra made sure that you never forgot, child. The producers probably told them to say Disney Plus as much as possible, and they said it like their rent was due. They probably said, every time y'all say Disney Plus, we're gonna raise your commission. I don't know why that shit tickled me so much. I don't know why. First up, dancing a Charleston to A Star Is Born, which is a song I didn't know I liked this much. From Hercules is Joseph Baena and his partner Daniella, who is returning as pro after being missing for 2 weeks due to COVID. You can already see the difference in just everything. You can tell Daniella was just itching to dance again just because of how much she was in the air. There's no secret that Daniella loves being tossed around. Interpret that however you wish. But no, Daniella is the queen of lifts, but maybe in this dance there were too many lifts? I don't know if it's because most of them weren't necessarily smooth and perfectly executed, but the amount of lifts took away from the Charleston parts of the routine for me. The dance was fun, no doubt, but I think I agree with Land's point. I want to see more of his dancing skills and not just his athletic abilities. I still think it was a great way to start the show. Daniella as Megara was a need. And I just love Hercules. Fun fact, I played the role of Hades in my high school's production of Hercules. I know you didn't ask for that random piece of information, but these videos need to be a certain length. My score for Joseph and Daniella this week is going to be a 7, the same scores that were given to them by the 4 judges. Next up, Sam Champion and Cheryl danced a Paso Doble to the greatest show from the movie The Greatest Showman. I don't think there's ever been a dance to this song on the show that I've liked, and that is still true. I like Sam because you can see his determination with every dance. You can see that he's definitely trying and he wants to do well. But my problem this week wasn't with the dancing, it was with the number itself. The paso was more or less what I was expecting to see from them. I was just hoping that the performance would be grander. I didn't like this Amazon ass version of the song. It just wasn't show stopping. I don't have much to say on the choreography. It's just the Broadway kid in me, the theater nerd in me wanted to see more visually. They got a 25 out of 40. I want to give them a 7 because I genuinely enjoy Sam, but this is a 6. Yeah, like it's gotta be, or you know what? Why not? Why not a 7? It doesn't. You know what? 6. Final answer. Let's move. I have a question for the people that are in charge of organizing the order of each couple's performance. What do you call those people? The showrunner? The showrunners. Have a seat, please. Why do y'all always put Jordin and Brandon to dance earlier in the night? Like, can she at least be 8th? She's always within the first 6 dances of the night. Why do y'all do that to her, huh? The problem with that is that it makes you forget about her performance by the end of the night. And typically in good Dancing with the Stars nature, dances that come earlier don't tend to receive high scores. And that's not me being shady. The Dancing with the Stars fans know. I'm not saying she needs to be last, but can she at least start off the second half of performances next week? Thank you for your time. She and Brandon danced a jazz routine to Remember Me from the movie Koko. I love that movie. I love that she sang live. I always love when the stars sing live, and knowing that she was dancing for her son was just so sweet. I think she did great. The turns and lifts were smooth. It wasn't as show-stopping. I'll be using that word a lot tonight. As when Nikki Bella did it to the same song in season 25's Disney Night, but this still had elements of it that made it really great for me. When she got those 2 9s from the judges, I fully gasped because I did not think she was going to get it, but she definitely deserved them. But I expected 8s because they had just been, her scores have been really going up slowly. So this jump was definitely great for her momentum. I'm going to give the dance an 8 this week. Now listen, I've been wanting a Hamilton performance on the show since I discovered the cultural phenomenon. And when I saw Wayne and Witney were going to perform to Wait for It, my absolute favorite song from the musical, is when I realized maybe the odds weren't stacked against me in my life. I had really high hopes for this dance, and Wayne was just the perfect person to do this, and Witney was the perfect one to teach this. The choreo felt right out of Hamilton. The sharp turns into the calmness, like Len said, were just spectacular and sensational. Wayne, man, like it's hard not to root for them. I didn't have a winner, just finalists, but there's no way I don't see them taking it. Unless the viewers act up with the votes. They got the first straight 9s of the season, and I'm going to give this a 10, my first 10 of the season. It was flawless to me. Danielle and Britt danced a quick step to Joshua Bassett's Finally Free from High School Musical, the series. I fully believe that Tyra just discovered that High School Musical, the series was a thing. Just by the way she was talking about it, you could just tell that this was brand new information to her. I say this every week, Danielle's rehearsal packages are going to make me so emotional every time. This week he talks about his mentee Asher and how he was bullied in high school, and it all tied into the performance. And what I didn't expect was it to make me feel things. Like, I actually cried. It was really beautiful. Also, random fact about this dance, Britt was in High School Musical, I think all 3. And I remember her vividly. So you could imagine my shock when I discovered that the person I was thinking about all this time was Britt. I'll give this dance an 8 because it made me emotional even if it wasn't the best technique-wise. Now last week they had Derek do this mini masterclass on the rumba, and I thought it was because there were more rumbas last week than there are people on Earth. But he did it again this week for the quick step, I believe. I think they're going to make this a regular thing. I personally don't see the need for it, but that's because I've been watching the show for a long time and I know what to expect in the dances. But for new viewers or people watching for the first, or just watching just cause. It's good because it's educational, it's funny, and it gives two pros the moments in the spotlight, and I can never be against that. And it's just a nice, calm, much needed break in between the show. Next up, Shangela and Gleb did a really fun Charleston to dig a little deeper from Princess and the Frog. Finally! This song has been long overdue on Disney Night, and Shangela did it so much justice. I saw someone on Twitter say they can't believe we got 4 straight weeks of good choreography from Gleb Savchenko. That shit is so real. Y'all don't know how traumatized we are from Gleb, for real. Icon Jennifer Lewis, who I love so freaking much, visited Shangela in rehearsals and basically exposed her whole life story. Lord, please protect Jennifer Lewis. She also sang live during the performance, and whenever they have the singer from the original movie sing live to accompany the dance, it always makes it better. Think Donny Osmond for Normani's performance. Think Ali for Simone's performance. I have to agree with Derek, the dance took a while to get to the actual Charleston content, but when it did get there, it was really, really clean. They earned a well-deserved score of 32. I'm also going to give this dance an 8, and it was definitely in my top dances of the night. Also, Shangela tested Alfonso's hosting skills by calling him out for getting her name wrong for the past 3 weeks. The guy was definitely shaken, shook up, and shocked, but I think he handled it and recovered really nicely. Next, let's talk about Heidi and Artem's Mary Poppins Viennese Waltz to Chim Chim Cheree.
Chim 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 chimmery, chim chim cheree.
I love Mary Poppins. It's a classic. But I am over it for Disney Night. I don't know if it's just easy to get the rights to the song, but there's a Mary Poppins number in almost every single Disney Night. And there's only ever been one good one. Yep, I said that. I immediately got PTS when I saw them dancing with the umbrellas. Y'all know why. Regardless though, she looked breathtaking and the set was nice. The choreography was clean and graceful, everything you want from a Viennese waltz, but it was missing the, you guessed it, show-stopping element. It's strange I have to say that considering they had the umbrella and the stuff. With 2 9s and 2 8s, Heidi and Artem finished with a score of 34 out of 40. She's someone who's improving right under our noses. I guess I didn't hate it, so I can't score lower than an 8, but I can't say I enjoyed it more than Shangela to give it a 9. Now listen, the makeup and hair team were in a good mood when they were putting together Gabby Val. She and Val danced a quick step inspired by the movie Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I don't know why specifically 2, but okay. She looked exactly like Zoe Saldana, dog. Like, makeup team, Emmy, both of them. Gabby and Val, definitely my favorite looks of the night down. I'm really loving her presence on the dance floor. Her confidence is getting better each week. And in turn, so are her dances. They gave Val his props, which I said it a couple weeks ago, or I guess in terms of this video, a couple months ago, that Val really is the GOAT of Dancing with the Stars. This was truly Dancing with the Star-Lord. Oh man, I hate myself. They got all 9s and I agree for sure a 9. She tied with Wayne again and, well, we're gonna get there. Trevor Donovan and Emma did a samba to Life is a Highway from the Pixar movie Cars, which I was actually watching the other day. I found it funny that he said he had a shoulder injury but still managed to start the dance doing a tuck and roll. I'm telling y'all, this man is classically trained. He got all y'all fooled. My thoughts on the dance. What are my thoughts on the dance? I don't know how I feel about it. It's okay. It was nothing groundbreaking or earth-shattering. I labeled him the dark horse of the competition because he was looking like a contender, but this week and last week were a little mid for me. Especially considering he had such a strong start the first 2 weeks. I'm not going to dismiss him yet, but he needs to really pull up next week to get back on my radar. I agree with all 4 judges this week in saying this dance was a 7. Vinny and Koko also did a samba inspired by the Pixar movie Luca. They looked absolutely adorable. I can't take it! I changed my mind. They have my favorite looks of the night. I know the majority didn't like this, but I kinda enjoyed this dance, no tea. I quite enjoyed it. He was stressed out the entire time, and you could definitely see it in his moves. But something about the routine, I was just happy to be there. I can't remember which judge said it. Maybe I'm just making this up in my head, but it's in my notes. The routine was far from perfect, but it was far more improved. I still liked his Elvis night dance better, but this was a close second for me. Vinny, thank you for being authentic and improving each week. We love you over here on SB Originals. My score for you is a 7. Selma Blair and Sasha did the final quick step of the night to the Muppet Show theme song. Remember when I said that Mary Poppins was overdone? This is giving it a run for its money. I just feel like I've seen it done so much. I could be wrong though. So next season, maybe instead of doing Mary Poppins and the Muppets again, try Encanto maybe? I didn't get my We Don't Talk About Bruno performance and I'm very bitter about it. But their dance was really cute. Her first dance is still my favorite, but technique wise, I think this is the top for me. They got all 8s, and I agree with the judges. I mean, I'm tired of the Muppets, but their dance specifically was really fun, and it definitely captured the essence of Disney Night. And I just love seeing Selma dance each week. Next, country pop singer, ever since I discovered that's a thing, I can't stop saying it. Country pop singer Jessie James Decker and her partner Alan did a jive to One Way or Another from the movie Hocus Pocus 2. Confirmed, the makeup team just have it out for Alan. Everyone else who could have had a disaster of a costume tonight looked great. But they always got Alan fucked up. I could see what they were going for, but it was just lacking a little bit of polish. They showed Jessie having a rough time in rehearsals with this dance, and because of that, for the first time in the competition, I connected with her. And I actually wanted to see her do well, question mark? And she did, for the most part. Alan tripped during the dance and made it look like it was intended, and like, if I fell like that, that would be the end for me. My back would be crumbs. I'm gonna give them a 7. It was a fine dance, but it wasn't entirely memorable. Our final dance on Disney Plus night came from Charli D'Amelio and Mark Ballas. When it was announced that they had a jazz routine, and they were gonna dance last, and they had extravagant costumes, I just knew that Mark was gonna eat it up, regurgitate, and I eat it up again. Like, there was nothing that could convince me that this dance wasn't going to be great. I didn't know what to expect because there's just so many ways this dance could have gone, but I have learned not to underestimate Mark's creativity. It was an amazing close to Disney Plus night. Len had me clutching my pearls when he said, I didn't like it. I loved it. I said, Len, for a big man, you play too much. They got nothing but praise from the judges, but didn't get a 10, not one single 10. Interesting. They got a total score of 36 out of 40, tied with Wayne and Gabby for the 3rd week in a row. Because it's happened so much at this point, if it doesn't happen from here on out, it's going to bother me. I give this a 10 though, so it'll make at least one person out there happy that they got a 10. Now, the trend this season seems to be if you were in the bottom 2 the week before, that means that you're going to be going home the following week. And this week's victim to that trend were Sam Champion and Cheryl Burke, who were in the bottom 2 next to Trevor Donovan and Emma Slater. I've been really enjoying Sam and Cheryl, but I predicted them to only make it up to 13th place, so I'm content with this elimination because of that. But knowing next week is Most Memorable Year night, I'm kind of disappointed that we won't be able to get a story from them. That being said, though, Trevor and Emma are better competitors, and the judges agreed as it was a unanimous vote to save Trevor and Emma. And now that we've completed the first quarter, let's take a look at my predictions and the actual elimination order. As you can see, I accurately predicted the right people to be the first 4 eliminated, just maybe not in the right order. But, you see, I know the formula. The next 4 I have to go are Jessie, Trevor, Vinny, and Selma in that order. I'd maybe swap Trevor and Vinny, but so far how the competition is going, I can foresee these being the next 4 to go. As for my favorite and least favorite dances of the night, my least favorite, I'm going to have to go with Sam and Cheryl. It was the least exciting for me, and for my favorite, again, I'm left with no choice. Wayne and Witney. There were just too many elements of this performance that I enjoyed to not give them the top spot. But I also really, really love Charli and Mark's. They're like a really close second to me because I really didn't want their dance to end. Next week, we'll be getting 2 episodes. I cannot catch a break. I promise y'all, I always watch and film these reviews on time, so I won't be spoiled for the next week. I just refuse to edit them on schedule. Monday is the return of Most Memorable Year Night. Someone is definitely going to get a 10. A 10, I predict. And Tuesday is Prom Night, which is a theme that was on Zendaya's season 16, I believe. So looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and bearing with my floppy Mickey ears. If you're new to this channel or you just haven't done it yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you stay up to date with all my latest videos. Alright, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. Me.